What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Bass Sakurai, and today we're going to be ranking all of the spin-off Mario Kart games. I thought about putting these in the official ranking video, but they're really their own separate thing. Like, Nintendo's never remade any of these tracks, and they never showed up in the booster course. So I just thought I'd make a separate video. But anyways, starting off the list, we have Mario Kart Arcade GP. Now, this would have been the third Mario Kart game I ever played, behind 64 and Double Dash. I grew up in Orlando, Florida, so I first played it at a place called Disney Quest, and we'd go, out on field trips and stuff like that a lot. But the one time I played this game was when my aunt took me with my cousin. I think it had just come out, but yeah, just as an aside, Disney Quest was probably like the coolest place to be in Orlando ever. Like, it's the most fun I've ever had, and it had like 2 or 3 stories full of arcade games and wonky other games that you can't really define as like an arcade. Like, there was this proto VR game, and keep in mind this was like the late 90s. So this was like before that started getting all big, and it was called Ride the Comet, and they strapped you in this seat, but you stood up, and they gave you this like lightsaber, and so it was like sword fighting, and yeah, I just remember some really cool games there. Like, they had the Star Wars arcade cockpit that you climb into. So it's just a really fun place, totally up my alley. So RIP to Disney Quest. But anyways, as far as Arcade GP, from the little that I played it, the tracks are very bare bones. But I think what makes up for it is like just the wheel and pedal setup. I mean, that's like, racing games are some of the best games for like an arcade setting. The graphics are really nice. It uses the same engine as Double Dash. So it basically ran off like a superfied GameCube with a Dolphin. Now, I haven't played this game in years. For whatever reason, I can't get it to work through emulation. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. There's not really much to say about it. There's not very many tracks. I think there's only like 4 or 5 cups. But for what it is, for that time, I'm just glad it's a thing. But yeah, it has like missions you do in between. So this would have been around the Mario Kart DS era, and you end up battling like a Metal Mario to finish off the game, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So almost a carbon copy of Arcade GP is Arcade GP 2. I think there's only like 3 extra cups, that being Yoshi, Wario, and Waluigi, the Waluigi Cup. And also, they added Waluigi and Mamechi, who I main, which is like a little Tamagotchi character, and he's got his Tamagotchi cart. It's got more items. Something I forgot to mention with one is it's got maybe the largest set of items in all of Mario Kart. Just like the goofiest things you can think about, they're in here. Something holding it back that I almost wanted to put one ahead is the announcer, Justin Berti. Now, he was actually interviewed by YouTuber Demeech, and he seems like a nice guy, and there's nothing wrong with his voice, but this is like a common problem people have with the game, is that the announcer's too frequent, and it starts to get grating. And I've actually never played GP2, like the actual cabinet. I've never seen it in the wild, so I've only emulated it. And unlike one, I actually haven't beat it, but I have beat 2. But yeah, it's kind of lazy of them to do a second one, but I think the coolest thing that it's got going for it, and I've never actually played this mode, but it's got a first-person mode. I couldn't get the banana pass or the Bana pass working, but you have to collect coins, and if you get enough, it saves your progress, like if you were to keep coming back to the arcade, and you can play in first person. So that's unfortunate that I can't do that, but maybe one day I'll figure it out. And speaking of the banana pass, I actually have, it's in my video game collection video. I've got all the replicas from the first and second game. I could have bought an official banana pass from the first game, but I passed it up for $10, and I haven't been able to find it on eBay since, and I really regret it. But I also own the GPDX official Japanese banana pass card. And not that I can use it or anything, I just I think it's cool to have. So, moving on to GPDX, I think this is the best Mario Kart arcade game so far, and they probably won't ever create another arcade game, as you know, the scene's really dying out, which I find pretty sad. But they did have this at Dave & Buster's, that's like an hour away from me. I immediately gravitated towards Don Chan as my main. He's like a little drum dude. I'm a huge fan of a lot of the games. Like I own, well, the series is Taiko no Tatsujin, and it's just like a rhythm game, and you know, you have a drum, but I own that on Switch, and I also have a DS version with a couple of Don-Chan styluses that you can like tap the bottom screen. So yeah, I'm a huge fan. Graphically, this is one of the best looking games I've really ever seen. Namco produced it, and you know, they always do a good job. You know, you've got your wacky items, like the previous two games. There's also a co-op mode where there's like a tank or a cannon you can shoot while the other person drives, which I've never tried out. I went in 2020, and it was pretty much dead, as you can imagine. But yeah, the entire time there was just basically nobody playing with me, so I was just it was weird for an arcade experience to just not have hardly any people there. But I was killing it by myself, and then this older dude with his kid starts playing with me, and for some reason I just pick Waluigi, I guess, to be funny, but it kind of backfired on me, and the dad ended up beating me, and you know, we laughed about it and shook hands afterwards. It was pretty funny. But yeah, that was my strange past with that game, and I've actually never went back to play it. But since it's an hour away, but I might in the future, like if they announce they're going to get rid of it or something, or discontinue it. So, rounding off the list, we have the best spin-off game in my opinion, and that's Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Now this is just one of the most unique ideas for a video game. Nothing really like it, you know. You've got your toy Kart, ACR Kart, with a camera strapped to the top, and you know, you're just racing through your house in augmented reality. And a common complaint is that there's not a lot of space for a lot of people, but fortunately I've never had that problem. And this is mostly something that I just toy around with the cats to see a reaction. I've completed the game. I've 100%ed it. Gotten, you know, you can get all these badges, and I've got all the gold trophies. I did it in like a day over at my mom's house. But yeah, I mostly just play, it's a lot like GTA 5. I'm not really into all the missions, but I just like to jack around and, you know, drive around in the city and all that, and kind of be free and do my own thing. One of the flaws with it is that they give you these cheap cardboard gates, and you know, with 3 cats, I just get a little nervous with that. I wish they could have made something a little bit more durable, with like plastic or something, but it is what it is. So yeah, those are the top Mario Kart spin-off games, ranked by yours truly, Base Sakurai. If you found this video enjoyable, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and also, you know, leave a comment. What are your favorite Mario Kart spin-off games of all time? Alrighty, peace out.